Okay, that's not good. So what happened there was that snap ring that was inside of it, that we made sure was there, it blew right past it.
I also own a farm.
Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Time to get back rolling. We got enough fertilizer and should have enough seed to do that one. Then we fill up, go there. Then we can move to the next farm. Yesterday fought us quite a bit, and yeah, we got it done as much as we could. I was absolutely exhausted when I got done. Literally walked down back to the house. My feet hurt, my body hurts. Yeah, make sure everything's good to go. So appreciate you guys watching along, and we got to hammer corn out. Rain's coming, so it's just nature of it. It's like perfect conditions right now, and blowing hydraulic line put us back about 3 hours yesterday. That one has hydraulic oil on it, so but put a bolt in here to keep it from going any lower because we don't have that piece, and we're just gonna make it happen. I love it when there's a problem and it fixes itself. So we made it roughly 300 foot, and I was like, fertilizer's not coming out of the one. So pulled it apart, had to use my water to clean it out, so we don't have any water now. Days are really going bad. That's the least of our worries, and we'll be okay. If that's the biggest problem we have, we'll be okay. So the end piece was stuck with dirt, so it had dirt caked around or picked up some dust and it hardened. The actual spray tip that's on the seed firmer, and then the one next to it had one hole plugged. So we got the V-band that's spraying out, so pulled it apart, cleaned it out. I really need to grab the torch tip cleaner, and that would be perfect for it. It started running, and still it wasn't flowing as fast as it should. I said, well, I'll plant this field and then we'll go back, and we got to get filled up. Well, I can tell by the balls that are floating in the manifold that it's flowing the same as the other ones because they're all even. It fixed itself. Big win. This was some of our duck pond the other day, so we got through it and disced it. A bunch of people said, why are you disking wet ground? It's going to turn into concrete. Clay, yes. This ground, it actually dries it out, airs it out. So we got a little bit in the middle that still has standing water that I didn't get through. But overall, you can see it's dried out quite a bit, and we're going to farm it. So definitely have a tile issue that we have to work out. But in the meantime, that'll be like a fall issue of digging it or figuring out. So I'm not sure how this is going to like this, but it was a little wet to my right. This will probably be our last test with this mud hole. Yeah, she's going. That is why we put duals on it. Just a little bit more flotation. As you see, we're not sinking, but that had standing water in it just a few days ago. So let's see if this time we fold up, we do a little bit better than last. If you don't know, you gotta watch every video. Blew a hydraulic line last time, and that put us back a couple hours. Otherwise, home farm probably would have been done today, but now it is done. All planted. What I'm thinking is we got a tile line that goes out, and we crushed it somewhere in here. That is why nothing is moving. It's just standing water. So we'll do some digging at some point and get it figured out. Well, let's get folded up. learned some on this. The whole manual thing, it's not the best. Filling up, and I realized that the AC, it had popped off, and I'm thinking we got the connection just came off. So I was wondering if we were low on refrigeration, but I don't think so. Not yet. I had two. Now I gotta think, guess this side. Well, first off, we see drag chain popped off, and I know there's gonna be somebody that says, take those things off, you don't need those. I don't know, I like them. Always ran them in my life, but I had two rows that weren't pumping enough fertilizer. Pulled this one actually completely, no, this one completely apart. Pulled it out, and it just had dirt build up on it. So I'm gonna clean them up. Got torch tip cleaners. It was pumping, but it wasn't as good as it should have been. I was like, we're just gonna wrap this up. Instead of coming back from that field back to here, then back over to there, then back to get some more. So let me clean that up quick, and we'll get all this fertilizer in here. Well, torch tip cleaner does not work because it's not flexible enough. I could bend them and make them jam up in there, but pull them right out. Just sprayed brake clean through them, cleaned them right out. They had some junk built up on them, probably dust that was around it that got moisture that then dried. So we'll have to bring some brake clean with us. Oh, this escalated quickly. Yeah, this should have been a winter thing, but I wasn't thinking about the AC in the winter. Oh, there's the low port. Huh, it's behind the fuel filter, the coolant filter there. Oh my God. So I took the roof off, as you see, and I'm standing here looking for the low port because somebody said it's underneath the roof, which I'm glad I did. Because the condenser, is it the condenser underneath the roof? Evaporator, condenser, or vice versa? I forget now. Was absolutely packed full of stuff. So there's very low airflow across it. So I'm going to put it back together now that we know where it is. And yeah, I'll show you up top, I guess. I don't know, sketchy ladder, try not to fall off. So we had all sorts of dirt and everything and whatnot, but underneath this cover sucks air across it. It's the evaporator. The condenser's up there, right? I don't remember. I should know this off the top of my head. I don't do enough AC work. And well, it was packed full of all sorts of nasty things. Blew the cabin filter out, which that probably is going to help some, but I'm going to put all the bolts back in now that we're cleaned up. Put the lid back on, that's roof back on, put the gauges on, make sure we're good, and then oh, come on, there we go. Go back planting. But it got so hot that it was challenging for me, and even worse, Yanko. And I wasn't going to open the door and trash this cab. So either Yanko was going to stay here and I was going to keep sweating, but we got a long day still ahead of us, so I figured probably get it right. We got gauges, we got it all. Well, today's not going so well. AC's back working pretty good. Way colder in here than it was before, so that's a plus. Planter, well, it identifies as a 6-row on the road now because that outside cylinder won't allow it to lift high enough to fold it back in. So I'm not really sure what went on there. We've had issues with this last year and it kind of sorted itself out. If I go planting, it's very happy. So I'm just getting it to the field. We're going planting, and then hopefully by the time we get done, I think it's sat long enough that air got in places it shouldn't be. And yes, you can phase them and do all that, and you take the block out and you do this. We've done all that. Never works. So the next planter we get will not be a 7000 series. It will not have that cylinder that causes all the issues. But alrighty, head over here, 30 some acres or so, and yeah, the home farm's right there. So I'm getting tired, and it's only 2 o'clock. we have a long, long night ahead of us, especially if we keep battling stupid stuff. We've only planted 10 acres today. Right there is where we almost flipped the cart over, the spreader. And I'm gonna say it's wet, so we're gonna not put a tire in it. We'll just, yeah, it's still staying in the water. Oh, okay. Planter went through great. I'm pretty exhausted. It's getting tiring. But I see people are getting rain to the west of us, so we just gotta keep going. Pretty sure we just blew out the seal on one of the left cylinders. So, it's leaking pretty bad. And our drain for our AC is, for our water condensation for the AC is not working. It's all dripping down above us, which is less than ideal. Oh, that's not good. We got 2 whole cylinders, so we can swap them. It still is more of a pain. So I thought we had a seal blown out, but I know it's leaking. Might as well get back here and check everything, but it's locked. So it bounced itself up, and so it's spraying out at the bottom. We should have enough corn to get us through all these acres, I'm hoping. I don't think that field is 10 acres in the front. It might be. We might not have enough corn. That's a pretty big field out back. Hopefully that means it's not gonna leak. We're gonna find out though. Right into the pond he went. Oh, he's gonna be wet. I think we got a ride coming for us actually, which is pretty cool. Yep, I tried to pick it up so I didn't make a line across here of corn, but it did not like it. Less than 5 gallons of oil. Trust me, it's barely leaking. It just looks like a mess. So 2 bolts in each side. As we see, it's loose, so we should be able to pull that bottom cylinder out, and then it'll pop right out. Probably having a ratchet's gonna make it a lot easier, but I got a ride coming too. Yeah, I'm gonna say a socket for this. I don't want to miss my ride driving by. I forget a socket, or I got an actual wrench, 3/4, but pins out, pick up. If I had a service truck, ooh, we'd be ahead. You're soaking wet now. Freaking dogs. Oh, I'm a little dirty. So I got a ride. Bring me back to my pickup. Just the efficiency. So yank out. Otherwise we could walk up a little bit and into our property and go on a scenic tour. But honestly, by the time we'd be done, we'd probably have 2 miles of walking in. So we probably got about 10 hours left of running before rain's gonna be here. And I fully plan on running all those 10 hours. The shop's a mess, I know. Gauges got thrown, but here we go. We got 2 of them. I don't remember if these ones were rebuilt. I think they were. I might take both of them. There it is. So you got blocks on either side that hold that in. I dropped a washer. Are you gonna stay there for a second? Nope. Where'd it go? There it is. That way I don't lose she's blown right out to the bottom. Okay, I'll go grab the other one. We got some brake clean up. Oh. See, I knew exactly what we needed for tools, so that worked out. I don't know why that's so loose right there. We got to zip tie that up or do something. Throwing things. Oh, well, we'll be back rolling. Hopefully it will, we'll get all the air right out of it. If not, running it usually does that. So I'm just gonna take the hydraulic line off and the 90 off, swap them. They should not have, yep, should not have any fluid in them. These aren't bad to rebuild. You can see it's blown right out. I'll try to remember and show you guys in a few. I also got oil with me, so if we need it, we got it. And then check the oil. Not too bad. It's going to take a few passes around the field to really get it good. Okay, that's not good. So what happened there was that snap ring that was inside of it, that we made sure was there, it blew right past it and ripped it right out. So something must have been messed up with that snap ring in there. They're right there, and they're meant not to blow out past. That one went up and destroyed itself. So we do have this other one, which I pinched the top. That snap ring looked a little like it wasn't completely straight, but that cylinder, it's not junk, it's just not, the seal's bad now and everything else. So I got to take it all back apart. Got the one that got messed up out. So there is the clip. As you see, it's a little messed up there, but it sits down in the groove there instead of up on top here. And then there is a groove here that lifts it lower, but we've learned that the lower with this setup doesn't work right. So new one's over there. This is the one that blew out. We're definitely gonna have to put some hydraulic oil in it. The cylinder's still good. It needs a seal kit and it needs a new snap ring, and then we can rebuild it. Same with that one. But yeah, wait on somebody to come with the 27 to pick that up. I just realized what happened. So this when they got rebuilt, we never popped them back into the actual position. They're all sitting down at the bottom in the service position. So the second it popped up, it instantly popped itself out. So that was dumb. But if you don't do this gently, they pop right off and you gotta pull the cylinders right out. That was amateur hour. So there's two grooves, you pop them in the bottom and then it pulls itself out. Yep, amateur hour. So we just gotta pick that up. Okay, Isaiah is coming to give me a hand. He's gonna grab the 27. I got it apart. I thought about something. If this cylinder's hooked up, if I run it, it should lift it. That cylinder is going to come out, but that will allow me to dig down, flip that around, and I won't actually need to lift it. I think. I don't know. No, it doesn't have enough lift, so it doesn't want to. Well, it might be because it has all that air. Okay, the crew chief is here, and this is, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna love it. We just gotta get picked up, swung back around, put the cylinder back in, ram, piston. We are back going, topped it off with some fluid, and keep hammering along. I thought rain was gonna hit us, but as of right now, I think we're okay for a few minutes, right? How's your swimming? Pretty good? You went swimming like 6 or 7 times, played with a ball, had a good day. Something is not right with that cylinder. It's binding or something stuck. It won't lower itself down. It just ran perfectly fine. I don't get what it's doing. Everything looks right. It's in float. Why would all of a sudden, oh, maybe one of those wedges is messed up. There's a lot of pressure on that still. That's not good. Messed around with it for a little bit, and then it was working. So I went back planning, and it started acting up again. So I loosened the fittings, I checked all the lines. Well, that flow controlled, that's probably not needed on there. I just went out and cranked it all the way one way, and it set right down. So that is part of our problem. But we're back rolling. I'm so behind. The drain for the AC for the water is absolutely trashed, and it's just pouring out on me, so I need a towel to keep this tractor somewhat nice. Okay, we are good running again, but that also means I don't have enough seed, and I should have brought seed when I went and got my pickup and brought it over here, and I didn't even think about it. But pickup's got to go home anyways, and John said he'll give me a ride back over. So we're only 2 or 3, well, not even 2 or 3 miles, probably a mile, but we're right next to the property anyways. Things to fix: the condensation drain on the roof, because it's, well, we got a towel up there holding some back. Turn the AC off. Nick was not happy about that. The sun's going down. We got that to do, because that is frustrating. But I'm really wondering on that relief valve if that was part of the reason why I couldn't get it to fold up and do what I wanted, or on the flow control valve, because and I'm also wondering if that also advanced the failure of that lift cylinder. So kind of weird that everything was working right, and then all of a sudden that acted up like that. I don't know if it vibrated itself shut or what, but we opened it right up. And honestly, they do not have to be on there. I've just never taken them off because they just do their thing. At first we adjusted them. They might do something. They might help evenly lift some of that and make it so it's not super fast on the outside to the middle. So maybe they do a little bit. But yeah, we're pushing through. I'm gonna get this this property wrapped up, fill up on fertilizer, fuel, and seed. And John said, as long as it's before midnight, give me a call. I'll give you a ride around. So I'm gonna take him up on that. I think he enjoys having a working farm next to him again, even if we're just a hobby farmer, like some of you guys say. Just kidding. We're not hobby farming. When we first started Duffy Ag and we were doing 10 acres, we were custom farming some. It's come a long way since then. I also can't see where that mark. Oh, I can pick it up that time. Might have to put some weights on these marker arms. I was going to make it more aggressive and we never got around to that. Hopefully when we get over to the ground that we've worked less recently, because that was the first stuff we got to. And how I'm doing this is I wanted to plant the home farm and this ground here first because this is the wettest stuff. Over there dries out a lot quicker than over here. You guys might fall off in a second. Yeah, I caught magnet was teetering. You guys back? Back. I want to get all this in because if it does rain, if we get 1.5 inches of rain or whatever they're saying now, I haven't even looked in a few minutes, we won't be on this ground again for a little bit. And it's almost perfect going. We got some wet spots here and there, but compared to a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we're much better spot. Okay, I sure hope I put that pry bar back in here. Uh-oh. It's not in here. Is it on? Did I put it on the ground? Oh, we lost the pry bar. Dang. Kind of need that. So we don't lose our fingers. Well, we lost the pry bar in the field. I use it to flip up the locks so you don't pinch your fingers because that hurts a lot. But, alrighty, Isaiah's coming this way. We got a long night ahead of us, bud. He's coming this way. We actually got food from Fancy. They love us there. I'll be honest. We spend some time there. And good food, good people. So, damn, that looking good. I was like, hey, could I get a delivery? And the bartender said, yep, what do you got? And then Isaiah said, I'll take some too. So, alrighty, messy mess. Where are we at here? Let's find a pry bar that I like. I really like that one, actually. It was perfect size. It fit in the toolbox. I hope things go smooth tonight. Farming at night. Why didn't we start earlier? Why didn't we start planting earlier? Why are we working in the dark? These are questions I always ask myself. Because you guys ask me. And I don't have the answers. We're just doing our thing. I guess this one will do. But the problem is it probably doesn't fit in the toolbox. Honestly though, once we get to our next location, we're only gonna have to unfold and fold back up. We can sneak through the woods. We don't have to fold up at all again. Those light bars are working out. A lot better than I think. Ready? Oh my, that one fits. No, we're good. Let's get fertilizer put in. Oh, it's attached to the bucket or the tote. Fertilizer, and then we're gonna load with seed completely. And then I might have Isaiah bring me a bunch of seed over on his way out, and then that would mean I just need to reload with fertilizer at some point. But I got a ride. If I can come back, grab this, and keep going. And we're not setting the planter down because it fought us folding up. So we're gonna have to battle this up in the air. We've been leaking fertilizer every fill up. Not as bad as what just happened. Isaiah showed us a friggin' legendary trick. Put a zip tie between the cam lock and it pulls it even tighter. Back in the day when you were a legend. Now you're just a washed up truck driver. Yeah. Oh, just like me. Could be worse. And we are planting. I should have roughly, I'm gonna say 80 acres of fertilizer on, probably 90 acres of seed with me. This corner never got really dissed. It might have been a little wet. Done a better job. But I am gonna take John up on his offer. He told me earlier, he said, I'll be up till about midnight if you want me to come get you. And I'm gonna have him come get me, and then I'll grab my pickup and I'll bring my pickup back over. And we'll be in a good place. That way if we have an issue or if we gotta quit, we can. But my plan is to just run until we can't run no more. We'll see how our night goes. It is 11:20 right now. I wish we were about 40 acres ahead at this point. It would give me a whole lot better, but that cylinder blown out and then my mess up of not catching that it was in the wrong clip. Yeah. Farming. We'll get this all done up as much as we can. We're supposed to get a half-inch of rain tomorrow. Not looking forward to that. So like I said, I got a bunch of seed over here, and Isaiah actually, what do we got? He hooked me up with his Milwaukee charger, some Celsius and some Mountain Dew. So we're gonna, hopefully this bag holds. We'll keep going. Just waiting on a ride. Since these are daily videos, I appreciate you guys watching along, and you're gonna have to stay tuned for the next day's video showing what's going on. Are we going to beat the rain? How much rain do we get? What are all the problems that come of it? But very happy with how much we pushed through on that day. A lot of struggles. The planter fighting me on that. That was a big mess up on my behalf. I should have caught that. I even looked at it when we were in the shop. And didn't even think it was in the service position compared to the fully up position. So live and learn, but appreciate Isaiah coming and giving me a hand, and we're gonna keep going. See you guys on the next one. Have a good one.